Hello, and welcome to my Spillin' Everything recap. Basically, I'm going to tell you the winners of every single show that I forgot to finish filming because, basically, when I went back to work, I got so busy that I didn't have time to do this anymore, or I got so tired that I fell asleep before I could do it. So, my apologies to anyone who felt gypped that I forgot to. I didn't really forget. I've watched all the episodes, so let's start with, okay, I'm going to do 4 shows tonight in one shot. So, Hell's Kitchen. Who won? It got down to, oh lordy, Justin and Christina at the very end. Dana was sent home. Uh, Justin and Christina battled it out. They had crews. Clemenza was horrible. He was on Justin's team, and he just was nasty. He was not doing his work properly, but Justin, he prevailed. He kept doing his stuff. So in the end, it came down to the twisting of the doorknobs, and Christina won. Yay! I actually didn't care who won because they were both awesome. I didn't want Dana to win. Um, but I was very happy that it got down to Christina and Justin. So maybe when I go to Vegas, I'll get to go to Paris and get to eat in Christina's restaurant. I'll have to see how much money I have. So next up, I'll recap MasterChef real quick. The last episode, we were down to Josh and Christine, and basically it was a showdown. They had to make a 3-course meal, present it to the judges, and then the best person would win. And Christine's menu was basically all based on food that kind of went together and complemented each other, while Josh's was his fine dining menu with like uh, really good separate dishes, but not necessarily an entire meal together. So in the end, it's the Master Chef title went to Christine, and I was pretty happy with that because for her to be blind and doing as well as she did, like bravo, like you got to hand it to her. So that was really cool. I hadn't really been talking about Big Brother because there was too many shows to watch and too many times to tape. And Mad Rose D does a really good update on Big Brother. So if you follow them on YouTube, you'll know what happened. But basically, it came down to the final 3 being Danielle, Dan, and Ian. Dan was a master manipulator, basically had deals with both of them, had kicked out Shane by shock. Danielle was mad. Yet, Danielle and Ian both threw the first part of the HOH competition. And I was like, are you kidding me? Is it all going to be the finals? They're going to throw everything because Dan asked them to? Well, thankfully, Ian thought better of it. And when he was going to, he honored his word to Dan from some previous competition and through the first half of the HOH. Then it was Ian versus Danielle in this cool little building scaper climbing thing. Ian aced it, and so he and Dan went to the final round, and it was it was a typical, what do you think the jury member said, A or B? Ian beat Dan. I couldn't have been more thrilled. I was like jumping up and down and screaming because I really didn't want Dan to win. He'd been so sneaky and he'd already won before. Although his sneakiness made for awesome TV, which blew my mind, I wasn't really into him winning. So Ian honored his word to Dan and took Dan to the final round with the jury. And Danielle was shocked to find out during the questioning that Ian and Dan had a final 2 agreement, and so was Ian, who was basically furious when he found out. And his speech, Dan interrupted his speech. I didn't like that very much. He was shaking his head that Ian wasn't as good a player. Ian was a fabulous player. He did what he had to do. I think he studied the game well and finished it well, and 6 out of the 7 jury members voted for him. Shockingly, Danielle voted for Dan even after all that stuff. She said she was honoring the agreement. Well, Dan honored nothing with you people, just so you know. So you really didn't have to follow through on any of that. Watching Dan blow the minds of everyone in America and Canada and who else watching this show was quite entertaining. So good for you, Ian, on winning Big Brother. You were my fave from the beginning, and I'm very happy that you won. And so was everybody else, except for my friend Stephanie, who wanted Dan to win. So whatever. Finally, America's Got Talent. I did watch the final 6 performances, and my top 3 to go through, I figured William with the Earth Harp was going to win the entire thing. I loved Lattes Dogs, and my top pick was Tom Cotter, the comedian. I wanted Tom to win so bad, and since I'm going to Vegas, all I could think of was, I want to see Tom live. I want to see him live. So, shocker of all shockers, the top 3 were exactly what I just said, but Williams' Earth Harp came in 3rd. I think it blew the judge's mind. I was shocked. I was like, he's the first one to leave? Are you kidding me? Of the 3 of them? What? And then it came down to Lattes Dogs and Tom. And I did not know what America was going to do. Both acts were stunning and awesome. And in the end, Lattes Dogs won. So congratulations to them. They deserved it. I really want to see Tom Cotter live. So if he's watching this, I want him to go on tour. Come to Vancouver, New West, Laugh Lines. I really like to see him perform there. I'd go. You can't. You show up there. I will be there watching you. So do a little tour, 'cause you rocked. So that's 4 shows that I kind of let drop and didn't finish up. So I hope that helps to conclude everything, including a show I never reported on. So, yeah. So anyway, till next summer when most of those shows return again. Later.